everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are continuing on with the job quest with the level 80 Red Mage. So we're back in Mordona, decked out all in crimson, and prepared to speak to Arya. So the quest is called Succession of Steel. Arya seems excited to see you. Claire, I was about to go looking for you. I've got a letter from Exarun Tia, and he asked me to pass on a message. Arya, I hope this message finds you well. Should you come across Claire in Revenant's Toll, pray send her to me in the Ala Mhigo quarter. I have need of her help. What could be happening in Ala Mhigo, I wonder? Well, I suppose there's one sure way to find out. Let's go! Yeah, I remember her. She was such a sweet girl during the Red Mage quest line. And I don't know, I kind of detected a little bit of a romance between her and Exarun. I mean, it's very subtle. I mean, I do think at this point it's more like a teacher-student relationship, but I am totally for a possible romance happening between those two. I mean, I think he needs someone like her in his life. Ah, how wonderful to see my two erstwhile students, and not a moment too soon. We are glad to see you too, Exarun, though I gather the situation is not a happy one? You gather correctly. You recall the brotherhood I was once part of, the Crimson Duelists? Well, it seems the keepsakes left behind by my deceased colleagues have run afoul of some enterprising grave robbers. When the duelists met their end some 2 decades past, I was deeply engaged in my own battles to give them the burial they deserved. And so I did what many before me had done. I collected the blades of the dead and interred them within the tomb of the errant sword. With Ala Mhigo much settled since the initial reclamation of the city, I judged it time to pay respects to my fallen comrades. That is when I discovered the tomb in disarray, and one of the duelist swords missing. It would seem such petty acts of larceny have become common of late, and although the resistance speaks of taking steps, the army has its hands full overseeing the restoration efforts. But it's said that unrest and dissent have largely disappeared under General Alden's command. Why the sudden rash of law-breaking? Ah, well, now that the Imperials have been beaten back, those who once suckled from the Empire's teat are forced to look elsewhere for wealth to which they are accustomed. For some, this means taking up a life of banditry. And for the lowest among them, it means ransacking the resting places of their countrymen, a crime I do not intend to leave unpunished. As things stand, however, I have yet to deliver said judgment. This particular gang is uncommonly swift of foot, and I must temper my attacks, lest I slay them ere learning the location of their stashed loot. Thus do I turn to you for assistance. Capturing these thieves alive will be far easier with an extra pair of hands. If it's extra hands you need, then count me in. Without red magics at your beck and call? Nay, it's too dangerous for one still relearning her art. I've been practicing against the creatures of Mordona ever since we parted ways. My magics may not be what they once were, but I can cast the innate spells well enough, I promise. The monsters in Mordona are not to be trifled with. That is a risky path to take at this stage of your training. I took risks, yes, but not foolhardy ones. If I don't push myself to my limits, then I'll never catch up to you or Claire. I'll wager you'll not take no for an answer. Very well, but you do not leave my side, understand? Yes, thank you, Exarun. You won't regret this. The 3 of us, then. Bloodhowl is where the grave robbers ply their unsavory trade, and the edge of the graveyard is where we shall meet. Yeah, I still say that those two are good together. She kind of lights a fire under his tail, to get him riled up, and he kind of rears her in, like kind of brings her back down to earth. I mean, even if it's not a romantic couple, I can definitely see them becoming like partners or something and traveling across the land together. That would be nice. Yeah, I really, really did enjoy the Red Mage questline. But let's go and see if we can hunt down some grave robbers. As for Claire's new outfit here for the Red Mage, I mean, the design is nice. I see where they were getting at, but not one of my personal favorites. I mean, I think the boots really kind of take me away from that. That's just my opinion. But otherwise, I do think red's a good color on her. So, let's see if we can... There they are. I'm just eager to show Exaroon how far my training has come. But more than that, I'm just happy to be at a place where I can assist him again. See? I'd like to simply snatch up these grave robbers, but they have proven to be an infuriatingly slippery foe. A foe who now knows my face. Which is why you, Claire, must play the role of deceiver. Search the graveyards until you find the thieves in question, then convince them that it's in their best interest to slink over here to the east. Once the scoundrels are too close to escape, Arya and I will spring our trap. Okay, let's see if we can find them. Pretty big place. Those things give me the creeps, those boots. Not the boots she's wearing, though those are kind of baggy. I mean the boots that we just passed by. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ooh! Forget it. That thing is even scarier. Oh, there he is. You looking for trouble, mate? How big a fool do you have to be to just wander up to a gang like this? You should head eastward. I saw a patrol sweeping through the grounds in the west. Soldiers, is it? Then we best be moving on. Thanks for the warning, friend. Oh, and not that we doubt your word or anything, but you best come with us. Call it a show of good faith among thieves. We'll be waiting just up ahead. I see where this is going, and they're gonna regret it. Oh, they're right over there. Don't you worry about our two mates. They went ahead to the east, just like you suggested. And us, well, someone's got to eliminate the competition. Yep, I knew it. And they're not gonna be happy about this next part. Oh man, these guys can't take a hit. That was almost too easy. I didn't even have to focus on using like the usual rotation. They just... That's sad. I guess now we know why they were stealing from graves. Graves don't fight back. We got him. My power is a shadow of what it used to be, which makes taking captives easier than expected. Scorch marks rather than incineration. Nicely done, Claire. We caught these two completely off guard. And I must say, Arya, you exceeded my expectations. You made an impressive progress in such a short length of time. Yes, I knew those lessons at the Mage Guilds were worth it, even if it was painful to begin at the beginning again. Oh, I see you're cracking open as many books as you have monster skulls. Your dedication to the fundamentals has certainly paid off. Now, I counted 4 brigands the last time I was here. Knowing what I do of such villains, I assume the other 2 sought to waylay you. And here you stand, with scarce a hair out of place. All just an aside, I suspect your skills have surpassed my own. What trials must you have endured to forge such strength? I fought on another star, against heroes turned villain. Another star? Even your adventures play out on a stage beyond my wildest imaginings. All this talk of Sin Eaters, was it? Sounds to me as if your battles took place on the edge of suffering itself, where the hard steel of even the mightiest Red Mage would be tested. But while it is endlessly gratifying to hear the exploits of one's former student, I suppose we should return to the matter at hand. Once we have subdued these ruffians here, a few threats gleaned us the location of their ill-gotten gains, all buried in a box in the royal hunting grounds, or so they claim. I believe another diversion of labor is in order. Arya, hand our captives over to the resistance, then wait for us at the tomb of the errant sword. Claire, you and I have some digging to do. Go ahead with Exarune. I have things under control here. When it comes to magecraft, though, I feel like for every 3 steps I take, you've already taken another 10 or 20. Ah, don't worry. You'll catch up sooner or later. So, the hunting grounds. I remember where those are. I don't think they're too far ahead. Oh, they're farther away than I thought. That's okay, though. We got time. I wonder how things are for Exarune Tia now that his homeland has been freed again. Wonder what he's gonna do. Probably travel these lands and help settle all sorts of disputes, I'm guessing. Who knows, maybe Arya will go with him. That would be nice. I will not give up on that idea. I swear to God, I will not. Okay. You feel that? The ground. It's soft. Certainly not as packed down as elsewhere. I think we found their cache. Phew, glad I am to have found this before they hauled it off to the black market. I cracked the lid to check the contents, and the box is indeed filled with stolen goods, including one rather familiar sword. Come, we should return these articles to the tomb. With any luck, Arya will have arrived already. So we'll just head back to the tomb. Man, how tall are these mountains? I mean, do they really count as mountains? They're more just like high cliffs. I mean, how does anyone get around this area? You have to go over the top of these if you just want to go in a straight line. So the grave's right over there. I remember this place. Yep, she's already waiting for us. Thank goodness you found the sword. I feared it would have been sold. Right, let's return these relics to their rightful places. That should be the last of them. But what of your comrade's blade? Ah, well, would you indulge me in a moment of nostalgia? The man who wielded the sword suffered from shallow reserves of ether, and so he commissioned a weapon capable of channeling his energies in the most efficient manner. As you might imagine, the custom blade thus forged cost him a small fortune in coin. We would taunt him and his empty coin purse without mercy, of course, challenging him to become a mage worthy of such priceless steel. His reply to our jeering comments would always stay with me. Even should I fail to do this steel justice, it will remain long after I have perished. A kindred soul shall take up the sword, and then you will see my coin was wisely spent. His hopes for such a legacy died with the Crimson Duelists. I entombed the blade, believing that no new mage would rise to claim it. But I was wrong. You two stand here as living proof that our efforts to revive red magic were not in vain. "'Twas when I discovered the sword missing that I put in mind again of my comrade's words, and I wonder if he did not orchestrate this affair from beyond the grave, if only to remind me of his will. Claire, you appear to have a distinct taste in weapons. This blade, I think, should belong to Arya." But I'm not even your student right now. I don't think I deserve to have it. I made a promise to you, did I not? That once you learn to harness your ether, I would take you under my tutelage once more. The way I see it, you have more than upheld your end of the bargain. Accept the sword, Arya. Be my apprentice and help me usher in a new future for the Red. Are you still afraid of spirits of the dead? It is not fear that stays my hand, and even should the shade of Exarun's comrade come forth, I will not flinch from this honor. It is done. Let us present here this day, swear a new oath, to fight for the common good with pure hearts and unbending steel. That was so nice. So I do wish Claire pulled out her sword too, just for an added effect. Look, I've already hung it from my belt. This sword's heavier than my old one, but I mean to practice enough that having it here feels more of a comfort than a burden. And so concludes our business here. As much as I should like to accompany you back to Mordona, I fear my own pilgrimage must continue. This war with the Imperials has Ala Mhigo teetering on the brink of uncertainty once more, and I must assume the situation is most taxing for you and your fellow scions. Thus, for the time being, shall I keep my blade loose in its sheath. I may be but one man, but know that I shall remain vigilant against the Empire's machinations as I chart my course across the lands of Eorzea. I am sorry that I cannot yet devote myself to your lessons, Arya. The demands of the road are such I cannot take you with me and still hope to move as swiftly. Your oath takes precedence, of course. I'm ecstatic just to know that you'll be my mentor once again. Please stay safe on your travels. I appreciate your understanding, and I will stop by to aid your progress in Revenant's Toll whenever circumstances permit. I take my leave then. Fare you well, Claire. When next we meet, I expect your scarlet hues shall be ever more vivid. Shall we make our way back to Mordona then? Oh man, I love this guy. He's so great. I do wish Square Enix would add more of these side characters into the story. I love what they did with Estinian and then with Grahatia, but still. And I do think Exarune would make an excellent addition. Screw it, just add them all in. I could totally see them kind of freaking out, like, how do you know all these people? I've been so consumed with restoring my magics, but now I have a new goal, learning to wield my new sword with perfect execution. With Exarune's instruction, I mean to become a red mage worthy of his comrade's sword, and I wouldn't say no to any help from you either, Claire. Alright, so that's the end of the red mage quest. And it looks like we got a brand new title. Let's see what we have today. And we'll go by that one for at least a little while. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Dualistic Duelist. I like that one, so we'll keep that for now. Oh, you've come to check on my progress? I'll have to push even harder knowing that you'll be stopping by to see how far I've come. How fare you of late? Well, I've been spending every day training, of course. I want to be worthy of wielding the blade that Exarune bequeathed to me. He may not be able to guide my every step while he's still on his pilgrimage, but he did set a set of tasks to hone my skills. No more slaying stray monsters out in Mordona. I'm to put my magics to use helping those in need, and learn what it means to strive for a greater good. It may be a training exercise, but it almost feels like I've become an adventurer, like you and Exarune, and maybe with enough practice, I'll become just as accomplished. Well, good for you! Alright everyone, so that's it for the Red Mage. I hope you all enjoyed it. That was pretty fun. So next time, I don't know what job we'll be doing next, but until next time, take care.